Hi Aries, welcome to your video for the day. And so I'm going to talk to you about what is going on with your planet Mars. So it's pretty exciting actually. It started yesterday on the 16th, which was also a full moon in Leo. So full moon energies are oppositions. To me, they're kind of like an eclipse energy. It's very potent and strong because you've got the sun in an opposing energy to where the emotions are. So there's a very strong pull between action and reaction, or male and female. There's a pull. So what we had is Sun in Aquarius, which is all about freedom. It's the energy of being, free and a social butterfly and not having anything to tie you down and, just doing what you want to do. It's ruled by Uranus, which is rebellion, innovation, striking out on your own, breaking free from limitations. And it's a great energy, Aquarius. It's air, so it can be about communication, but Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, which is more of a independent spirit. So there's a pull between wanting to be coupled up and wanting to be free right now. So this could be playing out in many ways. Like so the masculine sun rules over Leo. So Leo individuals might be wanting to be very independent, take risks, strike out on their own. They could just feel very drawn to social events. Who knows? It's like they feel it's an energy of wanting to break free. So then the moon, though, they may feel very conflicted, and Leos may have a hard time making decisions right now. If you know a Leo, it might be a very polarized, conflicted energy, because on the one hand, their emotions are wanting to feel safe, secure, protective, stable. It's a fixed sign energy. So they want stability so that they feel safe, and yet at the same time, they're pulled to take a risk and do something unconventional or something they haven't done before. So it could be like, I want to feel safe and secure, but I want to go skydiving and I want to try that. But I don't want to do anything that is going to be a threat to my family or my safety, but I really want to go skydiving. So these energies are like pulling against each other. So right now the moon has shifted into Virgo, which is actually better because Virgo is ruled by Mercury. So the more information people learn and talk to people, do some research online, look into things to get rid of that hesitation. Now, what we also have going on is the sun is about to go into Pisces, and we also have Mars and Venus were conjunct in the sign of Capricorn. So a conjunction is when two planets are at a certain degree where they are aligned. So yesterday, I believe so we had February 16th, and we had 16 degrees of Mars and 16 degrees of Venus, both conjunct in the same constellation, which is Capricorn. So Capricorn in astrology, so that's what's happening in astronomy. You've got Mars and you've got Venus, and they are conjunct, more or less at the same alignment. So they're aligned in Capricorn. So a conjunction is very strong and powerful because you get the full potency of Mars, which rules over Aries, and you get the full potency of Venus, which is Taurus and Libra. Venus always wants love and pleasure and beauty and things that bring balance into your life. Mars is, rules over Aries and Scorpio. It wants, when you think of Mars, it's the god of war, but it's also the god of ambition, force, power. It's also signing documents. It's tools. It's anything that can cause a change, which could be like a pen, signing a document. It can be, a tool, like some cases surgeries. it's actually an okay to get a surgery. It's an okay time to get a surgery because Capricorn is disciplined and meticulous and follows a certain plan. So, your doctor is not rushing in. It's not like a rushed energy of Sagittarius where they're rushing. This is actually a good time. If you have to go into surgery, I feel like it's a good time for you. You're fine here. Mars rules over war. It rules over ambition. And so we have several things going on. So we have the astronomy moving always. And we had this polarized energy between male and female, action and reaction, force and love, wanting to take risks, but wanting to feel safe. So what we've also got going on is this Mars-Venus conjunction. So conjunction is very powerful. You can feel very ambitious, like you want to go after something. You want the best of something. Mars makes you do your best in Capricorn. Capricorn is ambition, and it makes you do your best. Put your best foot forward. Venus would show up to bring you beauty, love, and pleasure, and to go after things that bring you pleasure, sensuality. So that could be many things. I mean, it could be, for me personally, I got a car because I needed one. I am more Taurus energy and Gemini, and I did research for weeks because the Gemini in me wanted to see pretty much every car on the market from coast to coast and to see what the statistics are on each vehicle and what's all the information. And I literally was round the clock looking at researching motor trend and all of this stuff. Like, I gathered so much freaking information, and that would be North Node in Taurus. That is like, I'm not just going to go buy something without knowing what I'm doing. But that's me personally, but it could be happening for a lot of people as well. Now, the Mars energy will give you that little bit of power to go after something that normally you may shy away from and not want to do. Now, Venus is, you want to feel this sense of things are okay. You want to feel like things are pleasant, and you want to feel like there's a reason to live, really. Like, you want to feel like I have love in my life, and I enjoy my life and things are good. Not denial, but you actually want to enjoy your life. Like, life is short. Why are you not allowed to enjoy it? So for Aries, I think the god of war here is used to war. So there's a thin line between love and hate with Mars, Venus conjunct in Capricorn. You really want something, but you may just feel like it's better to be angry than allow yourself to have the pleasure, whatever it is you're seeking. Like, just be mad because anger is comfortable for Aries. Everyone that I've ever known with Aries in their chart, they're very comfortable with anger. Some people are not comfortable with anger. They truly are not. They're not comfortable with force. And they're not comfortable with, somebody who might be angry about something and say, that's not okay and that's not going to work for me. And, you can even see anger in someone else and say, like, how is it that they're suffering? Like, how is it that they're not allowing pleasure and beauty and nice things into their life? Why does this person, they may have Aries moon or something, because the moon would be your pleasure center, and you could have Aries Venus too. Why are you not allowed to feel happy? Why do you have to be angry? Why is anger okay? Because there's a thin line between anger and love. That's why people become stalkers. It's like, I love you. I have to have you. Let me, and it's like, oh no, God, what the heck? So you have a choice. And I actually had this thought the other day. make a conscious choice to allow in pleasure, because you're very comfortable with anger. Anger is like, oh, I'm fine with that. Should it's very comfortable to go have a fight with someone. You're like, yeah, that's okay. Like, I let them know. And that's comfortable for Aries. And I think it's great. I think somebody's got to be the one to step up and say, that's not going to fly with me. However, if you never allow in beauty and pleasure, and you never allow yourself to have the things that you like and that you maybe want, if you see something in a magazine and you're like, it's really outside my, or you just decide like, nope, I can't have that. Nope. You're always like sort of living in a lack mentality. I don't feel it's just about the lack mentality. I feel like if you say lack mentality, that is overlooking the fact that what are you comfortable in? You're comfortable as an Aries in ambition, anger, force. So how do you allow in beauty and pleasure? How do you enjoy your life? Like how? How do you enjoy your life? I've actually considered that. Like, what? I don't even know sometimes. So I made a list one time and I said, well, I really enjoy crystals. I simplified it all the way down. I really enjoy crystals. I really enjoy artwork. I enjoy anything that affects your senses, your sensuality. What do you like doing? Because I think as an Aries, you don't know anymore because you're so ambitious and you're so focused. And anger is easy. Fights are easy. Some of you might be in a very ambitious job where you're the one that steps up and, maybe you're a lawyer. Maybe you're a project manager. At the end of the day, you come home and you're like, yes, I conquered. And every day you're conquering. So there are certain signs like Taurus and Libra. They are completely comfortable with the finer things in life. And if somebody has Taurus or Libra in their chart, they're very comfortable with the finer things in life. Like, oh, I have a nice house and I have a nice car and I go out and I wear nice clothing. Those things come naturally to people with Venus or with Venus energies of Libra and Taurus in their chart, maybe even Virgo. You're very comfortable with pleasure. And you may actually dislike people with those energies kind of shy away from, the fight. They don't want to live in the fight. And I think Aries, which is an opposite to Libra, can learn from Libra. Like, how can you, instead of fighting with someone and proving a point, which you're really good at, you may have some kind of record where you always win or something like that. How can you incorporate or be more comfortable? I, for one, am not comfortable with tangible pleasures. I would much rather go out and like win something and conquer something and, I don't know what, like I would much rather conquer than enjoy. When I set a goal and I achieve the goal, I already have set a new goal. So I never really stop and say, hey, you came to that milestone and that was nice. I'm actually more comfortable with people around me enjoying things. That for some reason doesn't bother me. I'm okay with buying somebody something nice. Granted, I know them or whatever, or I give to charity a lot. Like, I give a lot to charity and that is very satisfying for me. But I have a very uncomfortable feeling with buying things for myself or doing nice things for myself. So, that I feel is what Aries is working on with Chiron and Aries right now. because we have this T-square, you can see, to Gemini. So there's a need to talk about it. There's a need to communicate or think about it. There is rising Gemini right now, and that would be journaling. You can write down, like, you have a list, I'm sure, a mile long of things that make you, angry. And you're like, I hate that, and that frustrates me, and, I'm waiting on that to get done, and I need to reach this goal. You already know about all those things because that's in your conscious awareness. Like, you're aware of that. What is it that would soothe your less masculine side? So Pisces, so this T-square right here today is connected to Pisces. So we have Gemini connecting to Jupiter in Pisces. Jupiter is good luck and good fortune. So you have to think about what brings you pleasure, what is beautiful to you, and that is actually in opposition to the moon in Virgo. So the moon in Virgo wants you to be practical. It wants you actually to focus on your everyday life and your habits. So positive thinking can be one, but I think it has to do with the senses. What do you see, hear? What are you taking in that is sort of appealing to the senses, and how is that either affecting your Mars, or is it affecting your Venus? So this all has to do with the Mars-Venus conjunction. Right now it's at 17 degrees, conjunct in Capricorn. Capricorn is, how are you disciplined? How do you enjoy the fruits of your labor? How do you achieve fame and fortune? If you achieve fame and fortune with Mars, how do you then enjoy the fruits of your labor? Or do you just never, I can't even say it. It's like, do you just never appreciate it and you just set a new goal? You reach one goal, you set another goal. So, because I know a lot of Aries, the number one energy that you're comfortable with, or if you have Aries in your chart, you're totally okay of fighting the good fight for someone or yourself. That is like, you wake up at first thing in the morning and you're ready to fight the good fight for either you, a loved one, a cause. And I am just thinking, like, that's so much fire all the time. It's root chakra. Root chakra has to do with the very base of your spine. And it has to do with the color red. It's the color red. And the root chakra is survival. It's survival of the fittest. And it's so far away from spirit, which is crown chakra here and above. You are disconnected from angels, God, and spirit if you are completely and utterly living in your root chakra, which is actually too going to the gym a lot, like, because you're working out so much physically, like you're always pushing yourself harder and harder. Root chakra is fear, sometimes nightmares, overly worried or concerned about things. Root chakra is feeling like you could be when someone is persecuting you, like you're very aware of who your enemies are when you're in your root chakra. Like, oh, that, I got this list of enemies, I know who they are. And pretty funny, I mean, Saturn conjunct the sun, enemies were coming out, hidden enemies. Saturn is about discipline, and it's about order. And when it was aligned with the sun, in an Aquarius, this was definitely an alignment of bringing out hostility from people who felt they need to put you in line with what they felt is, so there's like hidden enemies were coming out. And then we had Venus retrograde. So Venus retrograde with Mercury retrograde, you were learning things in your love life or in your life where you love people but you're learning things that you went through already. So you're relearning lessons and reestablishing lessons from either the past or in your career. And once you get through the retrograde, you've learned, like, that is what I don't want. So that's what I'm saying. Right now, conjunction of Mars and Venus is very powerful. You know what you want and you know what you don't want. And it's really a thin line between love and hate. It's like, I love you, but you could love someone so much, but you also don't like them and you don't like what they do. And there's a fundamental split coming when Mars and Venus are going to sort of move together into Aquarius at 0 degrees on, I believe it's March 6th. They're going to be 0 degrees. So 0 degrees is very potent because, I don't know, something about the alignment of 0, it is extremely potent. So it will be in Aquarius, and people could break up, or people could be very committed. So it could bring the commitment in closer, or people could, with the Aquarian energy, want to be free and be on their own. So over the next few weeks, you'll feel this real awareness of what you love and what you hate. And you can just sort of sit with it and think, okay, I know I don't like that. I really don't like that. And today, Gemini rising, you could be speaking your truth or telling people, but Mars rules over Aries. Aries is comfortable with anger, hostility, and these energies. You're comfortable with ambition. You were born as the warrior, and this is your soul blueprint. And if you have lots of Aries in your chart, you're even more so. So I just think that to balance out the Mars, try to incorporate Venus in your life. Make a conscious choice to balance out Venus. Because you can't just live in the root chakra every day where you're just angry. You're going to get lower intestinal issues, possibly ulcers, weight gain, destroying your I think it's the adrenal glands. You tax out your adrenal glands to the point where you start to gain weight even though you're not eating, because you've maxed yourself out. That's a whole other thing, but that has to do with too much Mars, too much stress, working 16-hour days, and Aries, it's my number one audience. And I just feel the need to tell people to incorporate Venus as much as you can. And even if it's really uncomfortable for yourself, you could start what I do is I'll give to charities, and that makes me I feel satisfied when I'm actually giving to someone and giving to a cause, because that's sort of my Mars and Venus together. I'm actively giving to a cause. So you can start there. You could start some kind of campaign that you feel passionate about, but also make sure it brings you pleasure. It's not just some horrible campaign where you're fighting all the time and it's all misery and just awful. So find a way to incorporate Venus if you can, Aries. Okay, so I want to look at the tarot and see how is this playing out with this Mars and Venus conjunct. And then, there could be a certain amount of guilt if you feel very comfortable in anger and you're speaking your truth and you feel a certain way. You may later then feel bad. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Even though I meant it, I still feel like I shouldn't have said it. Because, I don't know, some things you can just think it, but you don't have to say it necessarily. So even when we had Saturn and the Sun conjunct a couple of weeks ago, Saturn is really the disciplinarian the military commander sort of energy. I had death threats. Like, I'm just going to put it out there. I literally had people like coming after me. Like, people were like very aggressive. So, you know, it was interesting. I'm like, but the thing is, I remembered when we had the Sun and Saturn conjunct in 2020, I had the same thing. I had like extreme hostility from people I don't even know. It's like, what the heck? But let's see, what are we getting for Aries with this Mars and Venus conjunction right now? Ooh, look at this. You're coming up as Queen of Wands. Ooh, with a Two of Cups. Very nice. So you have a love bond. You do have love in your soul. You have love, but you also have the passion and the fire. Ooh, this is so good. Oh my goodness. Okay. Maybe you have an ally or a friend, or you have someone who's like you in some way where you kind of partner with them. Okay, what else do we have here for Aries with this Mars-Venus conjunction? Five of coin. Okay, this is sort of the underlying factor. Something here is lacking. It's the fear of shortage. The fear, it's root chakra, sort of, like you won't have enough, afraid that you won't have enough. Okay, past energy. We have a lot of fun times. We have fun. Okay, wow. So we got the Tower. Something coming in here. Something that you wanted with the Three of Wands. Three of Wands is personal ambition. It's when the Sun... So if you know anything about tarot and you've done research on tarot, you can actually apply the planetary alignments in astrology to the tarot cards. And I think one of the decks, it's called Tarot of Dreams, has the signs on it, so you can research that. So the Three of Wands is the Sun. When we have our Sun, from when we're looking down from Earth, we're looking up and we see the Sun. Even though the Sun is in the center, we see the Sun in the sign of Aries, first house energy. So the Sun is masculine fire. Aries is ambition, god of war. You're going after something right here. This is like, you see that ship and it's arriving. Wow. And the Tower. Okay. Very good. The outcome here is a 10 of water, a lot of happiness. So you are fulfilling your moon. You're fulfilling your senses. So you're actually doing it. So I didn't need to say any of this. But you're fulfilling your emotional water side of you by being ambitious. So it's working. So this is all working out. You're totally going after it. Queen of Wands right here, you're totally going after it. The underlying factor is there's a fear of shortage or a fear of abandonment. We have an unexpected situation. We have the main energy is you have a partner. Unexpected Mars, Pluto, a revelation. So to me, Tower can also be revelation. Something you didn't know is being revealed to you. Three of Wands is the ambitious energy of yourself. The ship is arriving in 10 of Cups. A lot of happiness, a lot of positive, fulfilling energy. Page of Wands is on the bottom, youthful. King of Wands, okay. King of Wands, and there's a Page of Water here, and there's a resurrection with the Judgment. Okay, so there is something here about divine timing. So some of you could have a new love partner coming in with this Two of Cups. Two of Cups always means I offer my ace and somebody else offers their ace, and we offer the Ace of Cups. It's powerful emotions coming together. So crossing the energy, some of you could be kind of cranky, like Queen of Wands sometimes can be my way or the highway, kind of Mars energy, very forceful, ambitious, powerful, sure of yourself. The underlying factor, though, is this energy of not enough appreciation. Like you don't necessarily feel appreciated, or you're afraid that you'll be taken advantage of. 5. Past energy is happiness. 3 of Cups. It's going well, celebrating good times. Then we have here this Tower, which is a revelation. It's like, wow. The ship here is arriving. This is the future energy, and your energy will be 10 of Water. Very, very happy, emotional bliss, emotional fulfillment, a lot of happiness going on here. So this T-square is working for you, but also we have the conjunction of Mars and Venus is really huge, because maybe for the first time in your life, you're getting what you want, actually. So because Mars and Venus conjunction, I believe, was like a long time ago. I don't believe it's been conjunct in Capricorn in quite a while. I don't know the exact date, but and then it will be conjunct in Aquarius. So that will just expand. It will just get, it's only better after that, because Mars energy, passion, fire, ambition, love, beauty, abundance, Venus, they will be 0 degrees on March 6th, I think, in Aquarius, which is striking out on your own. You know, things that are innovative and new happening for you. Lots of new beginnings. It can also be a breakup. If you are fully aware of what you don't like about the other person, you went through Venus retrograde, you're like, I can't stand you, I'm done. But the cards here are showing like something very, very emotionally satisfying happening for you, and a ship is arriving. Something you were waiting for is arriving here. Something you took lots of steps and you were pushing towards this. The Tower is just, you either weren't aware of it or you didn't know, and it's revealed to you. Like, here it is. Past energy, 3 of Cups, underlying is sort of like a struggle of some kind, but there is love with another person here. So I feel like this is really saying to me that you're getting what you want, Aries. You are embracing this Mars and Venus conjunction is rare. This is a rare event. This is not every day, like it happens all the time. This is a rare event. So be aware of, you know, try to incorporate Venus. I think that's what my whole point was. Like, try to incorporate Venus. You were born with Mars, so you're good. Like, you got that one down. So do your best, even if it's uncomfortable. Maybe take yourself out to dinner. I don't know, buy yourself some clothes, buy some new shoes. Just do something for yourself, you know, whatever it is. So thank you, Aries, so much for tuning into your video. I really appreciate you all so much. Please check out my website, starseed1111.com. I'm happy to engage with you guys, and I wish you all many blessings with this Mars-Venus conjunction. Take care.